And here we are, new year, new, well, not a new series. In fact, it's month 3 of the same series, but we're going to make progress this month. I'm stubborn about that, so let's get going. Of course, we're still working on the same house, but that'll be done soon. I said that with what sounded like a lot of confidence, but from this perspective, I already know that not to be true. In fact, because of the process of building this, moving resources between houses and stuff, gonna be a while. Nothing really even went wrong, so I don't have much to report. One cool thing though is I found a fluffy dandelion tuft, which is a rare find, and essentially is a permanent parachute. That's really handy. I've been at it now for several days, it's all going to plan, which is a good thing. It just doesn't make for good content. We are now starting to see it getting towards the end. This house is usable now, it even has a bed and everything. Did something though, or did find something rather, in my search for weed stems. I found a water break apart. I blew it open but I needed a light source, so the next day I headed down there. Found a research station and some more stuff that will probably be useful, but we can't access yet, so I'll remember this for later. With that explored, back to building. Before long, I had managed to build up the stones, but there's a higher level of stones I need. Of course there are. I'm not building another house for this, but some ladders, I can do that. Didn't take too long until I can finally get up to the top and actually explore. I found a castle too. Further exploration, however, didn't go well, and included my death from a Black Widow, no, not Scarlett Johansson, but it also included finding something to do with the lab. That's important. Some more exploring showed me a lot of interesting new places, and I found these black beetles, which was one of the reasons I had to get up here, and I died immediately. That is a problem. Unsure what to do, I decided to go back to basics. I want to experience everything this game has to offer, and a lot of the times when you're trying to do that, you 100%, and you go by achievements. So I started going for the next ones on the list. 10 perfect blocks, nailed it. Basketball shot from 40 centimeters away, that's more difficult. But the solution was just going to be to move a little further away, so got it. Next one is going to be a tier 3 tool, which needs termites. On the way there, I had a chance to kill a wolf spider, which is also another achievement, and it yeeted me. After a few attempts though, I got the result I wanted, and the wolf spider was vanquished. Getting to the termites though, we need bombs. Getting them was challenging. I went back and slept, and for some reason found my home full of ants. Only learnt later, they stole the eggs back. Got them again, got the bombs built, and boom. Now we can get into the northern upper area. Which of course meant more problems, such as me burning alive. And finding a corpse. And then burning alive again. Every time I explore, it seems to lead to more problems, and it's starting to get a little frustrating. I was getting ready to give up at this point, but I decided to give the Black Ant Hill a go, something that I had avoided, and it went kind of well. I didn't get into the lab, but I did find it, and I managed to get from there to the sandbox where I killed some antlions. Antlion armour fixes the burning alive problem I had earlier, so might need to go and get that. There is an easy way to get there though, as it turns out, but I'm going to need a new insect hammer, which needs some berry leather, but that was easy enough to get, and we waited. Found some things to do while waiting, like killing another wolf spider, but eventually I got my hammer. And I put it to good use. Heading over to the picnic table and finally getting access to the top. I did it for the zip line, but I didn't bring enough string. However, I found a treasure chest, and then I even found the key, which is behind something I can't cut because I don't have a tool. Okay, this is progress, but as always with this game, roadblocks come along with the progress. We need a knife upgrade, which only needs one material we don't have, which is found at the bottom of the lake. That took a while, but I did eventually find it, and then proceed to slam my face into a closed door so hard I died. I still don't know how that happened. Still, I got my knife, so it all worked out in the end. I used it to great effect the next day. I went down and got that key, used it to get the chest, and unlocked the ability to use milk molars. Knew it was an achievement, now know how to get it. Then finished off the zip line, went down there, and got an actual achievement. This was a good day. Harvesting antlion hearts still isn't easy though, even though I have proper access to sandpit, but I get them killed. This project may take a little while, but it's going to be worth it. After I get back, I managed to build my first piece of armour, bagging a 50G achievement in the process. Then on the way to the sandpit, I find and break my first milk molar, get some more parts from the sandpit, find another milk molar on the way back, and use them for my first 2 upgrades. That is a win. And that really is the end of the video, and I'm moderately happy with this month. I feel like the previous 2 months had so much more progress, but we do have things to show for this month. A new house for one, but also a bunch of achievements, milk molar, upgrades, new equipment and armor, and something which is a bit like a game plan. I need to get the armor, I'm going to use that to get into the sizzling areas, and then blah, 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 blah. Something of a plan. So that's what we'll be doing next time, and I will see you in the next video.